Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Tuesday, December the 17th, and we're here to look at the new releases that have been published this week. And on Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. Every day of the week is a different genre to the best of my ability. I do the best to find books that have been published only this week and not previously. I try to do books that are over 100 pages because less than that is a short story to me. And let's see, quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. I'm in the Mountain Time Zone, so I get here as quickly as I can after work, which means I'm starting at 6 o'clock, usually a few minutes earlier than that. I apologize. I get here as quickly as I can. Right after that, we'll be doing the Advent Calendar Cozy Mystery Bedtime Read Aloud. Being the 17th of December, this will be Chapter 17. I think that is all the bases. Being this close to the holiday, the pickings have been slim. I did go scrounging in Amazon and found some Kindle Unlimited stuff, so I was able to fill out the day. But for a while there, it was only looking like 3. Let's jump in. Good morning, Kim. How are you doing? Oh no, girlfriend, you got to get out of that routine. I wonder if drinking some like chamomile tea or a sleepy time tea would help at that point. Not too much so you have to go pee in an hour, but that's no fun. Invisible Helix by Kiego Higashino. I've never been able to say that one. Translator is Giles Murray. This is 5th in the Detective Galileo series. This is a work in translation. The body of a young man is found floating in Tokyo Bay, but his death was no accident. Ryota Yotsuchi was shot. He'd been reported missing the week before by his living girlfriend, Sonoka Shumauki, but when detectives from the homicide squad go to interview her, she is nowhere to be found. She's taken time off from work. Clothes and effects are missing from the apartment she shared. And when the detectives learn that she was the victim of domestic abuse, they presume that she was the killer. But her alibi is airtight. She was hours away in Kyoto when Ryota disappeared, forcing detectives Kusanagi and Utsumi to restart their investigation. But if Sonoko didn't kill her abusive lover, then who did? A thin thread of association leads them to their old consultant, brilliant physicist Manabu Yakawa, known in the department as Detective Galileo. With Sonoko still missing, the detectives investigate other threads of association: an eccentric artist who was Sonoko's mother's figure after her own single mother passed, and an older woman who is the owner of a hostess club. And how is Sonoko continuing to stay one step ahead of the police searching for her? It's up to Galileo to find the nearly hidden threads of history and coincidence that connect the people around the bloody murder, which, surprisingly, connect to his own traumatic past to unravel not merely the facts of the crime, but the helix that ties them all together. Hence the title, Invisible Helix. That sounds engaging. I've not read that series. Good morning, Mary. Happy Tuesday. Insomnia is no fun. Yes, hot toddy before might help. If not, you still had some fun drinking it. Very true. Very true. Kim, I may try melatonin, and being at my daddy's might help. Yeah, I probably won't make sprints after tonight until next week. Well, you enjoy your visit. That is not a problem. We'll always be here. You were having lunch. Was that yesterday? Did I miss that? Was that last week? It's trying to starting to blur. I may try melatonin. I do that. Yep. And being at my you said that. Mary, hi Mary. I don't drink. So melatonin, chamomile. Deep Fury, David Freed, 7th in the Cordell Logan mysteries. A naked man drops from the night sky and crashes through the roof of a mobile home. That old chestnut. Nearly killing the elderly couple inside. The victim is soon identified as Pete Hostetler, a well-respected executive at a California-based toy manufacturing company. The detectives are baffled and there are no leads. Did he accidentally fall out of an airplane or was he pushed? For Cordell Logan, a sardonic, financially struggling flight instructor and former government assassin, as one is, Hostetler's death is personal. The two men were classmates in the U.S. Air Force Academy and later served together as fighter pilots during Operation Desert Storm, where Hostetler saved Logan's life during one particularly perilous combat mission in Iraq. Logan is convinced Pete was murdered, but who would have killed someone in such a bizarre fashion and why? These are all good questions. Thought about that after I already sent the message. I don't either, at least not much, so perhaps hot chocolate would be a better choice. I go today. Oh, for the beef nums. I'll be right there. I Died on a Tuesday by Jane Corey. 18-year-old Janie White has the world and a bright future ahead of her. She's about to leave behind her small seaside town, the only home she's ever known, to embark on a book publishing career in London that couldn't be more excited. Even though she'll miss her dad and friends, she can't wait to start her life. She's cycling home after her last early dawn swim in the bay when the peaceful stillness of that Tuesday morning is suddenly shattered. A white van careens around the corner and barrels straight for Janie on her bike. In one swift moment, her life is forever changed and her dreams of a new beginning destroyed. She's brutally run down by the van and left for dead on the street. 20 years later. Pop superstar Robbie Manning answers the front door of his palatial home to a pair of police officers who inform him that he's being arrested for the attempted murder of Janie White. As word of Robbie's arrest spreads, no one, including his family, can believe it. Robbie is upstanding, a model citizen and family man, but he doesn't deny the accusations. He's been waiting for the truth to come out for the last 2 decades, and he's ready for his punishment. He deserves it after what he did to Janie. After everything Janie has gone through, everyone wants to believe this story. But is it the truth? Also very intriguing. Vicious. Oh, yum. Hard to do without beef, pork, and lamb. Only good side had lost 13 pounds without trying to. Good for you. Congrats. Without even trying. Pink Lady, J.A. Conrath is back for book number 23 in his Jack Daniels series. I remember when that series started. The past never dies. When Jacqueline Jack Daniels still worked for homicide in the Chicago Police Department, she had an adversary who became the most evil and most formidable villain she'd ever met. Alex Cork, a serial killer of extraordinary brilliance and cruelty. Jack was 100% sure that Alex was gone forever, but you can never be 100% sure about anything. Life is full of surprises. Death is also full of surprises, and death is coming. It says Pink Lady by J.A. Conrath. The bitch is back. End of row 1. And again, guys, I was scrambling for books for today. These are being released. A lot of them are Kindle Unlimited. I was scouring Amazon. Winter's Maze by Mary Stone, 26th in the Winter Black FBI Mysteries. Private Detective Winter Black finally knows the identity of the puppeteer behind the recent string of murders she's been entangled in investigating, the same man who's been stalking and tormenting her for weeks. But when he leaves recent photographs he took of her and Noah, her husband's eyes scratched out, his vendetta becomes frighteningly real and terrifyingly personal, because Noah is missing. The nightmare becomes disturbingly real when Noah's wedding band is placed on Winter's doorstep, accompanied by a taunting note written in cryptic video game jargon. The instructions? Excuse me. A deadly scavenger hunt with Noah's life hanging in the balance. Refusing to play isn't an option. Permission. Find her husband before it's too late. As Winter dives headfirst into the puppeteer's sinister game, other unwilling players emerge, their fates as uncertain as Noah's. Every clue leads her deeper into a labyrinth of danger, every wrong move tightening the noose around the man she loves. The stakes couldn't be higher. Solve the puzzle or lose Noah forever. Cheating my destiny. It is your destiny. Thank you. Thank you. Mary, another overcast day here in Virginia. Going to a beating get together this morning. We meet monthly. I never get much done, but nice to visit with everyone. Oh, that's fantastic. Have a good time. Can we have a homestyle restaurant that has a different menu every day? I try to go every Tuesday. Fried chicken every day. Oh, Steve would love that. He loves that kind of stuff, Mary. Now I could get into the fried chicken. Kim, sounds so tasty. Haven't had breakfast yet, so a bit peckish. Me too. It all sounds good. This is by Jack Gatland, 21st in Detective Inspector Declan Walsh series. The cool thing often about the Kindle Unlimited series, but I'm finding in particularly the cop ones, there's a lot of books, and they're not 100-page books. Good for these authors, and they're cranking them out, man. Again, good for us, good for those authors. Anti-aging doesn't mean anti-dying. In the cutthroat world of biohacking, where the quest to reverse aging teeters on the edge of madness, the line between success and disaster is razor thin. Stephen Klein, a powerful sponsor of the Rejuvenation Royale tournament, is found dead in his cryotherapy chamber, a brutal murder that sends shockwaves through the elite competition. As DCI Declan Walsh and his team delve into the high-stakes world of biohacking, they uncover a labyrinth of cutting-edge science, where competitors push the boundaries of biology and technology in their quest to cheat time. There is a realm where DNA is rewritten, bodies are optimized, and death is merely an obstacle to overcome for those who can afford it. But beneath the glossy surface lies a dangerous game of ambition, betrayal, and lethal rivalries, where the price of success is a $2 million prize, and the price of failure is everything. With each new body, the stakes climb higher, revealing a killer who's always one step ahead. In this deadly contest, Walsh must navigate a world where biohacked bodies and AI-driven schemes are weapons, and time is running out. But in this ruthless game, survival means outsmarting the competition or becoming the next victim. Now my nose is stuffy. My favorite fried chicken is at a local barbecue restaurant. Nom. Headshot by Stephen Henry, 26th in the Aaron O'Reilly Mysteries. I read the first one of this a while ago. I liked it. I just haven't gotten back to it. 26 books. Detective Aaron O'Reilly returns to New York from a long vacation with a fiancé, a suntan, and an eagerness to get back to work. Her dangerous undercover assignment is done, and she hopes to concentrate on repairing the damage caused by the O'Malley gang. The first call she gets seems simple enough, an apparent suicide in a Hell's Kitchen bar. But nothing is ever easy in major crimes. The dead man is a police officer, a former colleague of Aaron's internal affairs friend, Kira Jones. William Ward had a reputation as a good cop, but as Aaron has learned, reputations don't tell the whole story. Aaron, Kira, Vic, and Aaron's canine Rolf try to unravel the mystery of Ward's final hours, only to find the dead cop has laid out a fiendish series of puzzles. Are they a disturbed man's sick joke, or is Ward sending them a message, a trail of clues pointing to an enemy lurking in the NYPD itself? And there's a bonus zombie, a Sarah Levine story. I've got to make an Amazon list of all these. This next one is a historical mystery. I threw that in there, but I'm going to throw it back into our cozy mysteries. We will be getting back to those later this week. We're going to stick with the grittier side. I've always liked the name Declan for some reason. It's a good Irish name. I've liked the name Rory. You are behind on that series. I know. I don't know how you can remember all the books you read. Impressive. It's starting to leave me. The brain. Deadly Equation, Book 4 in the A.J. Docker Medical Thrillers by Gary Gerlacher. A trauma patient's dying request of A.J. Docker leads him and his retired police dog Banshee to embark on their latest adventures. Partnering with his patient's sister, they embark on a quest to uncover powerful research that could alter the course of humanity. Shadowy enemies pursue them in Washington, D.C. in a race to capitalize on the information while a new threat reveals itself at Doc's hospital. A greedy corporation is attempting to take over the emergency room, threatening the quality of healthcare nationwide. Doc has to fight a billion-dollar company to save more patients' lives, as well as the careers of competent medical professionals. Banshee has his back as he battles on all fronts. You don't see very many medical ones anymore, so yay for that author. Hatchet Hill, second in the D.I. Haig crime thrillers by David J. Gatward. Somerset, England. Grief still haunts Gordie Haig's every moment. Mourning her fiancé's death, she finds solace in the quiet spaces of the church and takes comfort in tarot reading. But she's pulled from her dark reverie when a beloved local police community support officer is found brutally slain. Shocked at the rage needed to plant an axe in a man's head, Gordie fears how far the nightmare could go, and after she unearths evidence the victim had been researching ancient sacrificial rituals, she's drawn even deeper into the area's sinister history with the occult. Can she pierce the veil of darkness before another innocent meets a ghastly demise? Interesting. We are getting quite the spectrum today. State of Wrath, 23rd in the Virgil Jones Mystery Thriller series by Thomas Scott. See, Kindle Unlimited, you get these massive series, and they're not wimpy books. Virgil Jones, lead detective with the state's major crimes unit, has learned plenty of lessons over the course of his career, most of them the hard way. But the one he's about to learn this time is something his father, Mason, has been trying to teach him for years. The lesson? Everything is connected. Now, done with work for the week and ready to call it a day, Virgil leaves the MCU facility to visit a friend and fellow detective in the hospital. And what begins as a chance encounter with a cold-hearted killer will have the entire major crimes unit and their collective families fighting for their lives. Because wrath doesn't care who it touches, only that it does. Oh my. Sorry, copy was required. My vessel needed some deparchment. Mary, my buffer is too full, so everything new that has to go in something then has to leave. Sometimes I think more leaves than goes. Yeah, I've probably needed to do a defrag on my brain. Kim, I'm probably going to go back and reread the books Libby is showing I read in 2019 through 2022. I don't remember most of them. That's the cool thing about hitting the upper levels in age. You can go back and reread books from previous times, and you're a different person now. You have different life experiences from when you read that, so it's going to be a different experience. Right? Yeah, Robin Cook burst on the scene with medical books. It seems so new and different. Yeah. I'm surprised there aren't more. I mean, that's kind of a horrific area. Kim definitely wasn't reading the series in order. Extreme Impact. This one's interesting. This does have the permission of Lee Child. This is in the Jack Reacher world by Dan Ames. It is a Jack Reacher's Special Investigators 10th in this series. When former Army Special Investigator Frances Neagley is asked to uncover the truth behind Sarah Geist's disappearance in Africa, she expects a dangerous mission, but what she finds is far worse: a trail of corruption, brutal murders, and a buried secret that powerful forces will kill to protect. From the deserts of the Nile to the wilds of northern Michigan, Neagley tracks a conspiracy spanning continents driven by ruthless operatives and shadowy government alliances. As the body count rises and the clock ticks down, Neagley's investigations put her in the crosshairs of a cold-blooded assassin and a corrupt corporate empire guarding a shocking truth. But nothing but her training, grit, and unflinching determination to see justice done. She plunges into a fast-paced, high-stakes battle against a mastermind who underestimates her at his peril. You know, I've made the vow to not to read what I own, but I do have the end of row 3. The caveat that I can get books from the library or being Kindle Unlimited. Some of these are Kindle Unlimited, and I am being intrigued. Hemlock and Homicide by Bruce Hammock, 13th in the Smiley and McBlythe mystery series. Acclaimed for success in a career where sight is considered essential for detection, blind private investigator Steve Smiley has always relied on his extraordinarily heightened senses and razor-sharp intellect. His sighted business partner is usually at hand to offer her penetrating insights, but when she becomes consumed with a high-stakes real estate development, Smiley finds himself at loose ends, until fate pairs him with an unlikely ally, a washout from the police canine program. In their first case together, what appears to be a simple matter of proving pharmacist's innocence in a poisoning death quickly unravels into something far more sinister. Every conversation reveals another suspect, every clue points to another motive, and in the shadows, someone is watching their investigation with growing concern. When an act of arson sends his partner to the hospital, Smiley realizes he's stumbled onto something bigger than a single murder. With time running out and lives at stake, Smiley must rely on his keen powers of observation and his uniquely gifted canine partner to expose a truth that others have gone to violent lengths to conceal. I'm intrigued. Wow, this is for not having anything really to look at on Tuesday. I'm really intrigued by a lot of these. The bell went off. We have one more here. Let's do it. Because this is book number 59 of 60. Dominance by Remington Kane, a Tanner novel, book number 59. And again, these aren't wimpy 100-page quote-unquote books. This is almost 250 pages. Lucien Gant, patriarch of the Gant family in France, has decided the time has come to wage war on their enemies. Those enemies include Tanner. Tanner travels to New York City to help Joe Pullo, who killed Lucien's son Victor after Victor's ill-fated attempt to take over the city years earlier. Elke Gant killed another of Lucien's sons, Marius, in retaliation for the murder of her own son. Lucien's remaining son, the hulking Hugo Gant, and his devious sister Salome are out to do their father's bidding and eliminate their enemies, and their success brings tragedy into Tanner's life. Death comes to New York City in the form of vengeance, and sorrow and loss follow in its wake. Good for that author. Holy moly. All right, that's all we have time for. Very love Jack Reacher. Yeah. And there's this whole tangential series, 10 books, that does have the blessing of Lee Child, the author. Do you keep all the books you have or donate them to Light? You must have quite the personal library. I read most of mine on Kindle for the most part. I am starting to rebuild my library in the last couple years, because I realized that the Kindle books could go away and I would have nothing to say about it. But I do have a lot of books in the house from previous library sales from years and years and years ago that I need to get rid of. You found some really good ones today. I did! Look at that! I need to go scouring Amazon more often. I'm just definitely a cozy girl. That is good. That is your niche. That's fabulous. Thanks so much. Enjoy your lunch, Kim, and both of you have a great day. You too, honey bun. Thank you so much. All right, I do have sprints tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. They go for 2.5 hours, and then right after that, we'll do our Advent calendar cozy mystery bedtime read aloud on the spin-off channel Tales for Bookeemonsters. Tomorrow we'll be looking at romance, and I'll probably be scouring Amazon for those too. It's just the week before the holidays, so there's not much there. There's no there. Kim, see you tonight. Have a wonderful day. Indeed. Enjoy your lunch, Kim. All right. Have a good day. As the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.